Okay, let's get straight into it then.
Sure will. So, welcome guys to the second game.
Yeah. So Dotabattles Week 2. This is Game 2 between HAPPYMEN and Prime. Week 3. Week 2 for us.
Week 2 for us, that's for sure, yeah. And HAPPYMEN, they have the lead now.
Yep. Up a game.
Yep, so their ego must be up.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be riding high after that. We go straight into the draft.
That's the same that Pugna and Bloodseeker Madness, I mean.
And I bet that Prime are happy not to see a Pugna in the pool.
That's for sure. Oh well. I feel like that's a great pool.
Yeah, it's very varied. I think there's enough there to make two fine teams. So we'll see where the bands go and who they really don't want to see.
I want to see some Beastmaster.
Yeah, boy.
I love me some Beastmaster on the offlane. It's always so good, and the possibility of stacking and getting them levels back. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying. Mid Naga Siren.
Oh boy!
Guide.
Do you want to bring this to the meta, huh?
Digital Unicorns Guide available now. Available now.
Available now on stars.
Shameless self-promotion.
Oh well.
Agonising over this band here. I wonder if we had a disconnection.
Oh. They're taking a lot of time here. I mean, keeping in mind this captain's draft, they might as well get a lot of randoms here.
Yeah.
And you don't want that Meepo random now, do you?
No, sir, you do not, sir. They ban out the Mirana.
Dire team
it's
ban.
all around great hero, especially because of her ultimate end stun. I mean, she can just roam around even if she's just running the offlane.
Team ban.
Yeah, very, very versatile. And the same with HAPPYMEN here. They've just gone for pure power and versatility there in the lifestealer ban.
Oh, I would love to see me some lifestealer. Such a great carry, just fell off of the meta like so fast. It's a shame.
And another annoying hero to play against, Abaddon.
That's true. I think Prime is just afraid of the early gaming now.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, we don't want no shields.
So I wonder now if HAPPYMEN are capable of pulling out the other style of pushing, which is the Chen and the Enchantress.
That requires some micro skills, and not every Dota player is great with them micros.
No, you just build mech and then use the creeps to tank the tower. It's not that complicated.
That's true. I mean,
we all know that's a lie.
It looks really easy, right?
Yeah.
In your head, it all works.
So they really don't want to have this pushing strat, so that's a ban on the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, but they want to. That's a Shen.
Radiant
That's a Shen, but
Yeah.
I think they're going to rock out. There's something that's really interesting. It's the fact that they can just do like an aggro trialing with a Chen or an Enchantress on the opposite team jungle, which works really well. It's really aggressive. It might be a little bit of a risk, but it works so well.
And Prime here doing what they did last draft, which is make sure to get two solid supports. That can win your team fights very early on. Quite a lot of good team fight there in the Tidehunter and the Jakiro, and the Enchantress being picked up for the jungle, I imagine.
I don't know. I mean, this could be just a dual lane and Enchantress in the jungle. Tidehunter can run the offlane pretty well, or even maybe the mid.
Yeah, potentially.
Even though like it fell off a long time ago, but Tidehunter mid used to be a thing.
Yeah.
And
Kraken
we see some
Shell for the win.
Gyrocopter. So HAPPYMEN decided to go for a little bit more late game.
Yeah, from the looks of it. Ember Spirit also picked up at the very beginning. It seems to lend itself to either mid at this point.
I don't know. And that's a Magnus. Okay, I love Magnus. I just say that right now.
RPOP.
Yeah, it's such a good hero all around. I don't know why it's not big enough.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Digital Unicorn just had a secret boner right now.
Yeah. Rock hard.
Oh well. I mean, Naga Siren.
Well, let's put it. My two favourite ladies are in this draft, and that's Naga Siren and Windrunner.
Oh well, I don't know. You're into ladies, and for some reason I'm into some kind of horse type of things. I feel awkward right now.
Weird rhino man.
Yeah. So I think we can see a lot of pushing from Nagasiren, or did she can just go for the well-coordinated team fights if they have Tidehunter and Jakiro.
Yeah. And that's an interesting dual lane of Jakiro and Nagasiren.
And that's true, but and
Burst. There are lots of stuns.
and we're gonna see some Ember Spirit against Magnus, and Ember Spirit can be pretty good against Magnus mid. So
Yeah.
let's see how this goes. But I'm pretty excited. I mean, that's an
Prepare
Earthshaker
for
too.
battle.
Earthshaker is such a good and underrated support. I mean, probably one of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, he's seen a lot of improvements, and that fissure range is too long now. It is too long. It reaches too far.
That's true.
So let's look at how these lanes are falling out. If we start with the Dire this time, they seem to be in position, ready for us.
That's true. So on the safe laning farming Gyro, or maybe not. Is that the mid Gyro? Sorry.
It looks like it's going to be.
Okay, so it's GT on the Gyrocopter. We can see Caterly Yet with Earthshaker and Jack running the Ember Spirit. Going for the offensive ward, we see Stand-in Counts
30
Jigglesworth.
seconds to battle.
Jigglesworth. Okay, that's a weird name, sorry. And on the offlane, with your favorite lady Windrunner is Chaos.
BZ Chaos there. Now the difficulty here going to be for Windrunner is if she gets netted up and uses her Windrun, she's almost certainly dead.
That's true. Nagasan can be very dangerous at early levels too.
And if we
Level
introduce
2 on
the Radiant quickly, we've got casual racism on the Tidehunter on the off lane, looks to be solo
The
like you
battle
said.
begins.
Shoot Toby twice on the Magnus mid, and Influenza on the Jakiro. Got some early aggression here. I don't think anybody's gonna go in on this. Catadeya and casual racism doing the rune dance.
Not sure who's gonna get it, but still like illusions. Not a great. It's not a great run to have on the early game. I mean,
So Captain Edgar here on what appears to be the farm in Nagasiren, and Saito Kaichu is Enchantress in the jungle.
so who do you think has the advantage here? Unicorn.
Happy Men have showed me that they're capable of early game aggression, and this draft can pull that off. However, it's almost identical to last game, which is... sorry, I've got that completely mixed up. Prime has the early aggression, so I think they've gone the opposite draft of what they had last time, and I want to see this work out for them.
That's true. I mean, Enchantress is a little bit earlier than Chen. I mean, she can just gank at level 1 with 2 creeps.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I mean,
Yeah.
she can do some real damage even in mid, keeping in mind that's a Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter ain't gonna have like a ton of fun on mid.
No. Speaking of people having fun, I think the difference is maybe going to be the offlaners. You can see here, casual racism on the Tidehunter getting zoned out by the Earthshaker, they're just auto-attacking him. The Wind Ranger is going to have probably a better time being a ranged hero. She'll at least be able to get some gold. However, Captain Edgar clearly here having some quite good lane control. They haven't had to pull yet, but they're still managing. Saito Kaichu coming round for the gank here on the Enchantress. The net thrown out on BZ Chaos, but there's no response. There's no response. We haven't got...
That could have worked so well for them. That was a miscommunication for sure.
Jakiro here warding, pulling the creeps. Clearly nowhere in a position to throw out the stun, and that was a failed gank attempt.
Still, they got some good lane control here, and Nagasan's gonna get some farm.
Enchantress here, the Windrunner here getting very aggressive. Just pulling the creeps with her.
It's one of those things. I mean, if she has 2 stuns on that lane, and if Enchantress comes, that's a lot of stuns. But I mean, she's a great hero in the offlane to just go and disrupt the poles and everything.
Yeah.
If she can get like a power shot through the small camp.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick up some gold, some experience that way. It's very, very easy. And somebody who's not going to have that sort of luxury is this Tidehunter on the top lane.
That's true. I mean, but he can get so good. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about a hero that if he just starts to level up Kraken Shell, that's a lot of damage reduction. That's a lot of damage threshold.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he can get pretty good in the offlane. I remember the old Alliance.
The aggression here. Toby twice up on the high ground, threatening JT, but he's simply just right under the tower. He doesn't have a chance.
Okay, I mean that's some aggression for Magus. I mean he has a lot.
This may be a mistake. Oh, Captain Edgar throwing out the harass. The net gets thrown on BBB's Chaos. He's wind run exactly like I said he was, but the stun's not enough. He misses the power shot. He's taking the burn damage, and I think either his salve gets cancelled, one more last hit, and the ice path to finish him off.
That was almost a great salve there, and
Almost.
that's the thing with this lane. I mean it's a lot. I mean, Naga Siren hasn't been too much explored as a carry except for DK, and I think she has all the potential for it.
Yeah.
Talking about professional Dota here, I mean. But
well,
still.
Toby tries getting very aggressive, taking a full battery assault to the face, but he skewers away.
If he could have gotten that skewer on, I mean, that was a dead gyrocopter.
Yeah, Chen here getting very aggressive, but he's going to get zoned out by the other creep stealer, Enchantress here, sat on this high ground just waiting to throw him away. He picks up the illusion rune and denies it from the Magnus, who will miss that dearly.
And I mean, both Enchantress and Chen are just having the same last hits, so they're pretty good. They're pretty equal in farm, but
yeah,
both rocking smokes, so they're my kind of people.
Ready to get aggressive. And
That's
the Chen
true.
here, he's got the trolls, Dark Troll Summoner, looking to do some nets. The last hit chat here is looking quite interesting. Ember Spirit and Naga Siren almost equal. Naga Siren obviously with a slightly more advantage, having been part of that first blood.
That's true, but still, Jack is doing an awesome work in last hitting. I mean, last hitting with that hero, I mean, I don't like it.
It's not ideal.
What do you think he's going to go for though? He just bought the Ring of Health, and keeping in mind he has a Stout Shield
He
against
could be going
Tidehunter.
the triple Battle Fury build.
Oh, that would be good. I mean, I would have fun with that.
You have been.
It's going to be hard to cast because... And somebody else dies from the splash damage, and the cleave kills somebody else.
And just Naga Siren couldn't run in with her illusions. That would be great.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard counter to illusions. That's a lot of lane clear as well. HAPPYMEN here clearly sort of thinking about what they need to do to counter this early push that's going to come out. Chen here just seems to be farming up around the jungle. It doesn't seem to be having much problem. He's just picked up himself a Centaur Conqueror, so he's got the stun. The RP thrown out by Toby twice, and the gyro goes down.
It was about time. He clearly had the advantage on that lane, and still, Gyrocopter was having such a good lane. I mean, he was last hitting really well, and he wasn't having too much problems. So it was about time Magnus got that aggression up, and
Toby twice there, walking straight past the illusion, invisibility rune. That's because he doesn't have a bottle. There we go. It's just arrived on the courier.
so he was bottle crowing. I mean, he just wants the regen and then the invis.
So Count Jigglesworth here going in for the rune. This could be a problem. He gets the ice path from the Jakiro. Yeah, Magnus there. The call down gets thrown down by JT. Is this going to be enough burst damage? It's not. The Centaur Stomp thrown down. Influenza there stunned up on the Jakiro. Ice path thrown down. JT stuck. He's taking damage. Oh, and then the fissure comes out, and that's enough damage to take him off.
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. HAPPYMEN, they're not rocking their kind of style. They're not rocking the kind of style that they played last game. They have a little bit more late game heroes, if you ask me.
Yep, and they're playing them like their early game heroes.
That's true, and Jakiro and Enchantress, I mean, Influenza did a great job last game, and he's doing it again. And
so, how do you feel about these rotations? Because since we last spoke, and the support rotated out of this off lane, the Naga Siren's last hits have taken a dive compared to Jack's on the Ember Spirit.
I mean, that's true, but that's what Windrunner does to you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you, it's up to the team to make these kind of trades. like you're going to lose some farm on your carry because he's melee, and it's an Aiga Siren. I mean, it's a good hero, but ain't great on survivability and everything. But they got some kills in return, and they just screwed up Gyro's lane, and Shan just got a lot delayed on everything. I mean, he doesn't even have as his ulti yet, and as long as he doesn't have his ulti, that's a big advantage for Prime.
Yeah, and Magnus here picking up the bottle in the double damage rune. That's going to cause problems later on. JT though just content to continue to farm up this lane, and we see from Jack that is a Claymore.
Missing bottom.
So I think I deserve a medal for saying what's in the standard basic guide for Ember Spirit that came with him when he first came out, which is double battle fury.
I mean, yeah, I still don't agree with his decision to buy a Stout Shield, because if you ask me, it doesn't make a lot of sense, keeping in mind it's a Tidehunter offlane, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
And I hope we can see like some aggression from Magnus here. He has a double damage run, and he went for Arcane Boots. What do you think about the Arcane Boots?
I think I'm fine with it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's increased his mana pool, which is always good on a hero that needs to use his abilities like this. They're going on the Tidehunter. Oh, and he throws out the Escape Ravage, which is always fun. However, Magnus coming in here, he may potentially try and get an RP. He throws out the dummy damage, but the Centaurs are there to stomp him. Some lovely micro there from Count Jigglesworth, just holding them back.
Where are you going?
Oh, that Michael skills is gonna pay with
Meanwhile, though, he's going to pay with his life, like you said. The Ice Bath there, catching him out. Saito Kaicho on that Enchantress, coming back with the slow. That's a lovely Shackle Shot influencer and casual racism held together. But the Impetus there doing massive damage to Chaos on the Windrunner.
And I think this might be a tier 1.
Potentially, yeah. They're essentially hero and a half down.
Yeah, and there's 4 heroes top, and I mean, it's not like Tidehunter has a great pushing ability, but I mean...
What about Anchor Smash for the push? All that armor reduction.
All that armor reduction, yeah.
Damage reduction, sorry, that's my bad.
I mean, I still think he should have leveled up more Kraken Show, so he could be more comfortable sitting in that lane against that Ember Spirit that has been farming like a lord. I mean, we're looking at 63 last hits, which is pretty good.
Yeah. And I mean, he's going to continue that now, farming up in the jungle, just trying to get something. Meanwhile, Jack spending a lot of time away from his lane, JT spending a lot of time away from his lane, just looking to defend this push at some point. And this Gyro, he's sitting on power treads at the moment. I mean, it's not a great haul to come away with from mid.
No, he's been having like a really, really bad game, if you ask me. I mean, it was kind of okay in the beginning.
And the creep wars begin.
The best thing.
The Ice Path thrown out. Jack's there, caught. Oh, the lovely defensive fissure. Shoot Toby twice there, being held in place. But Jack, he's taking the impetus damage and he's stuck inside the Macro Pine, taking too much damage. The call down comes out. Catadea with the Echo Slam, bringing down the Jakiro. But this Enchantress here, throwing down the heal. Captain Edgar comes in with the song. I think this is going to be defensive. If they stay any longer, I think they're making a mistake, and they all get out safe.
Okay, that's true. I think they work pretty well, and that ain't a bad trade. I mean, that's an Ember Spirit for a support. That's their safe laner for a support. What I don't really understand is what Captain Edgar is like. He has 3k on the bank. He has no items.
I can tell you exactly what he's doing, and that is rushing Radiance. Because that's what I would do in his position. He's been under absolutely no pressure, and meanwhile, while the 4 heroes here from Prime were holding HAPPYMEN at bay up here, nearly all 5 heroes are up. He's been farming for Storm, and he's almost caught up to Ember Spirit in last hits. Shoot Over tries getting very aggressive on the Magnus. The macro fire throwing down, the call down also throwing down. He's taking a lot of damage from that battery assault, but he throws out the RP, bringing BZ Chaos and JT together. And the gyro's just about to go down. He gets brought down by the Chen here, the Enchantress here taking a lot of damage. Casual Racism also dead too. Jakiro's coming in behind the Chen, he throws out the ice bath. I don't think he's got the damage to kill the Chen. He should get out while he still can, but he's not going to. He's not going to. He mustn't. Oh, he still manages to get away. The where is it? Who's got the?
That movement speed. It's all about that movement speed. That movement speed on Jakiro is pretty good.
And no boots on Count Jigglesworth. He's gone for the buckler instead.
Oh boy, I mean, okay, now I can understand why Jakiro had such a great movement speed. That's no boots on Chen. I mean, that ain't great. And well, at least he has his ultimate now, so we can see some End of God, and he can help a lot of his team. But
yeah,
still,
they really missed that in those fights. A lot of the time, it was the thinnest of margins, and if they just managed to stay alive a couple seconds longer, it would have been the difference between victory and a loss. They managed to get kills on the board, but they're sitting at 9-2 at the moment.
And JT is he went for a Wraith Band. I mean, it's not a bad pick, but it's a late pick.
It's very desperate. Just give me some last hitting power, please.
Where are you going?
They're throwing out the slow there on the gyro. He's been brought in by the skipper. They're throwing down the call down. I think they're going to have enough to bring him down here. Just constant impetus is there coming up from Saito Kaichu. Hasted Magnus is a real problem for a solo hero.
And should Toby twice. That was a lucky haste, man.
Yeah.
It's a great haste. He cut him the position that he needed, and well, that's a Gyrocopter that's pretty much neutralized, if you ask me. And he's proving himself. He didn't have the greatest game with Night Stalker, but.
So Captain Edgar here, I'm very impressed with his farm at the moment. He's just picked up his Radiance recipe for 14 minutes.
Okay, that's a 14-minute Radiance. Yeah, I'm gonna say that might be not a record, but that's amazing.
Now you say that, but the Ember Spirit is currently on. He jumps in, uses the ultimate to get into the range of casual racism, throws out the shackles. Trying to do as much damage as he can with Sleight of Fist. Magnus there, missing with the skewer. He throws out the Ravage, but he's still within burn range. Oh, this is a lovely counter initiation. The RP throwing down Jack and the Earth Shaker caught up there in the RP. Meanwhile, Chen content to just push the tower.
I mean, that's a tower. That's better, but still.
They make it a trade.
That defense. I mean, they worked so well together.
Yeah.
Prime coming back from that last game and just
I think a little bit of overconfidence there from HAPPYMEN, thinking that they could dive under the tier 1 here and then immediately try to run around this corner, which when you have maybe perhaps a numbers advantage, when you know that the enemy team only has 4 heroes up and you have 5 there, is potentially a good idea, but perhaps a slight overextension there.
That's true. Well, I mean, I'm very impressed with both Captain Edgar and Jack. They are great farmers. I mean, they both have like extremely fast Battle Fury and Radiance.
Middle tower going down there, Jack pushing it down, shoots over twice, held in place by the Ember Spirit, and he's going to go down. He's going to go down right there. The Macro Fire thrown out by the Jakiro, but Jack now is taking a lot of damage. The Echo Slam thrown out. He just has to walk back through the Macro Fire to escape, though, and that's not where you want to be. Nagasari now coming in with the Radiance. She's got no mana for any abilities at the moment. He throws out the Fissure for the defensive, but Captain Edgar's through. He's thinking about it.
Nah, he shouldn't. I mean, he has no mana, and she's still a Naga Siren. Yeah. He's still rocking brown boots, so he doesn't have like a power thread or something to make him more tanky. So I don't know. Yeah, he probably couldn't survive the Match Shaker.
Yeah. So at this point, I think Captain Edgar needs some regen. He's probably going to head for something like a Lincoln Sphere. He may just go straight Boots of Travel and try and split push, but I think without the mana sustain, it's not a very good idea.
Yeah, I mean, but it's getting interesting. We can see like 2 mechs in both teams, so
Dire's middle tower is under
one in each, and we can see Shotobi twice rocking his Blink Tiger. So players are about to get
Fissure there being thrown out. And what is that? The name of Magnus's ability, Shockwave. That's a lovely shackle shot there, just to hold him back. Chaos now, getting a bit aggressive, seeing as he got that. Somebody's been sent back, and it's the Earthshaker.
And yeah, as he should. I mean, he almost got himself killed there. He didn't want to get back, and I know, felt like a huge risk, a risk that I don't think they could or they should take.
So now Jack here pushing up this top lane, and they're not going to allow it to go on unpunished. Saito Kaichu rotating on the Enchantress here, looking to just disrupt him, free farming and pushing this lane. However, he throws out the burn, what's it called, Flame Guard, and he looks to be getting aggressive past the tower. He's diving onto the Enchantress, and she throws out the sprites and manages to survive. That's a very, very hard hero to gank at this point. She hasn't leveled up Untouchable yet, but the healing sprites... Oh, and she might turn it around on him here. She's got the slowdown, but Ember Spirit has very fast movement speed. Meanwhile, massive team fight going on here. The Ravage into the Song, I don't know whether that's the best initiation. Macro Pipe throwing down. I think it's the Macro Pipe. That's beautiful counter initiation. Catadea yet caught up by the Ice Path, and he's brought down.
I'm gonna call that a beautiful team fight. I mean, great execution, and we're talking about great timing because Earthshaker didn't have
shoots
the...
over twice there, blinking in behind the Windrunner. The net gets thrown out her, and she's almost certainly dead.
That's true. That's almost a team wipe.
If you can defend too aggressively, that's what she was doing there. Stood very, very far forward under the base of this tower, and that Magnus has a blink dagger.
And that's what Magnus does. And I mean, if Earthshaker had the ultimate there, I mean, it could have turned around pretty easily. If he could have just rocked out his Echo Slam, but well, he couldn't. He was like 10 seconds away from getting it. And things are looking ugly for HAPPYMEN.
Yeah, Naga Siren here again, sitting on other nearly 2k.
And Bud, I think we're up to some Blink Dagger gaming.
Yeah. That's two Blink Daggers out on the Tidehunter, yeah. He's also got a smoke. I'd like to see him use that at some point.
No, it's okay. just save it for the late game, man.
So Saito perhaps going for the Orchid, potentially. It's quite a nice item on the Enchantress.
It is, I mean, especially against that Ember Spirit that he clearly shown some ways to get away, and Enchantress is getting stronger and stronger. If she's just gonna level up Untouchable now, and she's gonna get so strong. And like in a few levels, they can just do Roche so easily. I think Enchantress is just broken with Roche.
And so far, the farm. Oh, that's a lovely little steal of the double damage rune there by Toby twice. The power of the Blink Dagger there, stopping them from being caught. And the Naga just goes straight boots of travel. There's TP rotations here for Jack, who's in a terrible position. He gets thrown down. Oh, and shoot Toby twice. Just misses the mag with the Skiver to knock out that TP.
It was almost there. I mean,
the animation was just finishing as he hit him there.
And I mean, both Cold and XP are just going towards the Radiant team, and I don't think it's a one-sided game right here. I think they're not going to be able to stop them. At least not too soon. I can't consider Ember Spirit
is now slowly losing the farm war.
That's true. I mean, we're talking about the Radiance here. Radiance will just get you farm instantly, so fast.
Especially when you can spawn your own illusions, friend.
That's true. An Ember Spirit can be pretty good. I mean, the Sleight of Fist with Battle Fury,
yeah,
boy, that's good. But still, we're talking about a Naga Siren that can just split push. She's gonna have a use.
Jakiro here, Influencer and Casual Racism on the Tidehunter smoked up, as is Toby twice and Saikaichu. They're just going straight through the Dire jungle. However, all of the heroes are here. They were going to miss them.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
If they could just, they saw them in the creeps, and if they can get one, it's enough.
Jack just TPing out there. Country goes up with a large creep army here. The Enchantress gets revealed from the smoke, and it just times out. He needs to get out of there. He's in a terrible position. Captain Edgar here getting very aggressive.
Invisibility!
Do you reckon we've got a miracle on our hands? Chaos here, picking up an invis rune, able to scout out all the enemy heroes in his jungle.
Double damage.
And that's 5-man top. Are we talking about a tier 1? On bot Radiant?
I'm not quite
Radiant's
sure how
bottom
they
tower
can't
is under
rotate, but
attack.
they seem to be content to trade JT and Jack here, pushing the bottom tower.
I think so. I mean, if the Radiant team just
top
keeps on
tower
pushing,
is under attack.
both Cairo and Ember will just need to come back. There's
I think,
Dire's
well,
top
simple
tower
maths,
has
basically.
fallen.
5 pushing is better than 2.
I mean, sometimes there are
Well-
some heroes that are pretty good at pushing
When
themselves.
you
I
have
mean,
a Naga Siren that can turn herself into 4, and all of those have a radiant.
Radiant's bottom tower is
and a
under
Jakiro,
attack.
we're talking about a great liquid
Dire's
fire.
top tower
Yeah.
is under
So
attack.
good against towers and so
Radiant structures are
underrated.
fortified.
Some people don't even know that they can use it. So
Yeah. The race here slowly turning in Prime's favour.
Radiant's bottom
Jakiro
tower
there throwing
is
up
under
the
attack.
ice bath, just
Dire's
trying to
top tower
perhaps
has
catch
fallen.
Cataday yet. But it looks like the TP support's going to come in time and shoots over twice there, throwing out the RP.
Radiant's
Captain
middle
Edgar,
tower
the one
is
thing he
under
doesn't
attack.
seem to be good at is throwing out the song at the right time. JT throwing out the battery assault, but it's just simply not enough. This team's too tanky for him now.
I mean, yeah, he's a pretty good player, but I think he fails with the song initiations. But well, they ended up getting the kill, and that's what is important. And she can just keep split pushing now.
Yeah. To let him off, I think he threw out the song while he was here, and then
Oh.
TP'd in with it still
Okay.
going. So I'll let him off for that. Jack now
mean-
still, he's picked up the boosted travel to try and counter this Naga split pushing, but that's not ideally what you want on your damage dealer.
That's not what you want, really. But I mean, if they can get some farm on Gyrocopter, which has been having a very bad game, I don't know. I mean, Gyrocopter is running with a Yasha now, and maybe he bought an Ogre Club. So I mean, he can go for a BKB.
potentially.
But yeah, if he goes for a BKB, he might kill himself there.
Yeah, I mean potentially Sanjin Yasha, but BKB
I don't know,
is
Sanjin
something else.
Yashi ain't a great item on Gyrocopter, but BKB ain't a great item against Naga, because if you just, for some reason, BKB while the song is on, you get dragged by 5 people. I mean,
Yeah. And does the RP go through BKB, doesn't it?
it does. It doesn't give damage though, but it's still a great ultimate.
So HAPPYMEN here, seeing that they need to make some sort of change, are smoking into the rush pit. Ember Spirit TPing into one of the Chen creeps there. Chaos throwing out the wards, just trying to get some vision of this. And I think they might get this here. The Chen creeps are tanking that quite well, and they're managing to take it down quite quickly for this for the damage that they're missing. However, Naga sending in her illusions, the power there of just being able to scout out the map wherever you feel like it.
I mean, I don't think they
now
realize
choosing
in
to
time,
get a
but still, Captain Edgar has his ultimate, and he can go in, do Roche, and get back.
And that's exactly what he's going to do.
No, he's just preparing the team fight, and bam.
Macropire thrown down there. Hand of God thrown out, but it's just simply not enough. So many heroes caught within that damage from the Jakiro there, and Edgar stunned him. Chaos is going to get away potentially on the run, but that Jaro was just caught inside the Roche pit, unable to escape.
And that's a 4-for-1
Roshan
and Roche
has
trade.
fallen to the Radiant.
I would call that a great
Dire's
trade.
bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
all
attack.
those heroes in such a confined space with the Radiance burn and a double damage Naga. They have so much team fight coming out from Prime here.
And Naga just bought straight out the Manta style, so that's even more push coming from her.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
that's
under
a
attack.
lovely little addition there to her push, tanking up the tower there. I don't quite think she can do that. And my only main concern is her lack of regen might cause us some issues, but with the boots of travel I suppose she can just head back to base whenever she wants. That Fisher there thrown out defensively to try and clear the creep wave,
Dire's
but I don't
middle
think it's going to be
tower is
enough. This
under
Radiance
attack.
burn just too powerful.
That's
Dire's
true.
middle
She's
tower
still rocking
has
that Aegis,
fallen.
and I mean she can still take some risks now.
Yeah.
And I mean that's a 4-staff on Enchantress.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
Along
that
with
one.
her second Oblivion staff on the career.
So she's getting closer to the arcade, but Never saw a 4-staff on Enchantress. That's the first time.
I think it's a valid pickup against what the Ember Spirit seems to be doing. It keeps trying to catch her out by going in with the Static Remnants and using his, what is it called? Oh, it's just called Activate Fire Remnant. Sweet work, Valve, sweet work. To get the leap on her. And I think Forstaff is very, very good against that because she can then throw it out again and escape from those potential ganks. But just a great utility item all around. When you're getting the farm that she's getting at the moment in these team fights and in the jungle, I think she can afford to skip out there. She's only 400 away from her Orchid now.
That's true, and we see Magnus grabbing an Hyperstone, and we see Tident grabbing a Plate Mail. So what do you think they're going to go for?
I could see a Shivas coming out for casual racism if he's going Plate Mail first, unless there's been miscommunication. But I'm not sure. Mjolnir from Magnus?
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, Mjolnir would be great.
Might potentially be getting caught out. He throws out the fire remnant and uses it to escape. Shoots over twice with a blink dagger though. I don't think he's going to be as fast as that Ember Spirit. 410 movement speed with the boots of travel very fast.
And that's an AC on Magnus, and I don't think it's a great decision if you ask me. I mean, you can go for the Mjolnir, and I think it would be better. Keeping in mind, it's not bad. It's like it's good for Enchantress and maybe even Nagasiren, but I don't know. Is it worth it?
Casual racism getting very aggressive with a blink dagger here, desperately trying to de-ward up the top. But they've got vision of him. They throw out the stun. And the Ember Spirit there, leaping up onto the high ground, it's enough to get a pick off.
YOLO Gaming, hashtag trolls.
So a little bit cocky there from the Tidehunter,
Dire's
thinking he could
middle
just
tower
de-ward
is under
directly under
attack.
the Observer ward, but apparently that's not good enough. And did the Radiant Sentry ward just die there under their noses?
No, they actually de-warded.
And this is what they needed to do for a while now, which is stack some ancients for JT.
Yeah, I mean, JT might be getting back. I mean, he's a gyrocopter, and stacking ancients and firing them can be great for him.
He has a lot of flash farm capabilities.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's a great hero, and there's no other hero like him in the pool except for Medusa. And you know what happens with Medusa?
Yeah. Exactly.
The carry, the area carry. I mean,
yeah.
so much damage in AoE. It's so good.
I'm loving this player coming out here from Captain Edgar, just split pushing with the Naga illusions, farming creep camps. Exactly what he needs to be doing. He's just winning this farm war with the Ember Spirit and the Gyrocopter by being in more places than they can be.
That's true. And I mean, still the XP graph.
That's another double damage, and Jack here is very out of position. Might be able to use Remnant to get away, but he's been silenced up by the Enchantress. The Ice Path misses, but they throw out the RP. They're desperate to get him, and then the Shockwave kills him off.
And now it's a 2-3, and there's
Almost
nothing they
certainly.
can do.
Without the Ember Spirit, I just don't think they have the lane clear. The Gyro could throw out his ultimate and the battery assault, but that's a pretty desperate times we're talking here. And I think he's going to have to be called back to defend.
Not a battery assault, but the rocket barrage. And
Battery assault, rocket barrage. Yeah.
I mean, it's still great, but it's not enough, especially with Ember Spirit not having buyback or anything.
Today, yeah, throwing out the fissure for the block. But it's simply not going to be enough. That Radiance Burn still reaches. Who's picked up the pipe? It is the Jakiro.
Dire's top tower
a nice
is
little
under
pick up there
attack.
for
My
saving
sprites
some
are with
damage from
us.
the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, Influence has been doing a great job.
Casual there, racism jumping in to get the Ravage there, but he didn't see the shoot over twice and Influenza gets shackled up. The Song into the initiation, the Makopai getting thrown down, but that's a miss. Net thrown down onto the JT. Chaos almost escaping with the impetus doing damage. The Gyrocopter goes down. Airshaker jumps in. This could be a team wipe. The mech thrown out is just enough. Nagasiren fighting BZK. She's got the Aegis. She's fine. Jack there chasing down the Jakiro, looking to get a kill there. Manages to get the pick off. Nagasiren though coming from behind, throws out the illusions, throws onto the net onto them. But Jack there managing
Dire's
to clear the
top
creep
tower
wave with
is
his
under
last
attack.
mana with Sleight of Fist. Just using it to clear up the illusions. That's one of the very first real mistakes we've seen there from Prime
That
this
that
match.
that was a lot of mistakes. That was a lot of it could go wrong at any point when you have a team that's made out of great team fight, and if even like a small miscommunication could lead you to at the end of the game. And
It's
it's not
started
what
out
happens here, but that was a lot of mistakes. I mean, Tidehunter did an early Ravage going into the Naga Siren song, and Jakiro just sent his ultimate end stun into the middle of nowhere. And he didn't got.
Well, I think that came down to some very, very good play from BZ Chaos. He stood on the high ground here, and just as the Tidehunter blinked into this spot here, he got a lovely shackle on the Magnus and the Jakiro, which meant the follow-up couldn't come. And so when you're a Tidehunter, obviously you're going to queue up your abilities. You don't want to mistime that. So he's obviously blinked in, attempted to get the Ravage off, but the follow-up couldn't come because his teammates got stunned up.
Well, I mean, so that's something I didn't notice, and I'm sorry for that. But
No. It's but it was one of those things on the side. Just a lovely little shackle there from Windrunner, holding her in place.
So Chaos just buying the team some time, and you know, time is money. If you're talking about Gyrocopter, that is almost has enough money for the BKB, which can be great. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking. There's a lot of ultimates there that go through BKB, but still.
Just
BKB is
the
always
the
good.
issue that they've been having is when the macro buy gets thrown down and they all get RP'd into it, they just melt so quickly, and it also means the positioning's completely off, is because they can't stand where they need to be to get the damage in. And hopefully with a BKB, he'll be able to push through that and actually get some damage in these team fights.
Yeah, it could happen, but you know, it also could happen. The ensnare could go against Gyrocopter. The ensnare goes through BKB. The RP goes through BKB. The Ravage goes through BKB.
Yep.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes through BKB in that team, and BKB is always good. I mean, we're talking about both strength and damage, but still.
They've noticed that they're in their jungle here, so they're desperately trying to get a... That's a lovely shackle between the bird and Saito Kaichu. Saturday, blinking in, using the fissure. The RP though getting thrown out, the call down's being thrown out, Hand of God. It might just be enough, the mech thrown out, it's keeping them alive. The pipe thrown out, keeping Jakiro alive. He throws out the ice bath, manages to hold Jack in place. They're looking for the kills, I don't think this is wise. He throws out the shockwave, manages to bring down the Ember Spirit. And now Captain Enka comes in with the song Initiation, ready to throw down, and throws down the net onto the Chen.
All the hate goes towards the Shen, and I mean,
He manages to send back the gyro, that's what he needed to do, that was his job. But they're still being aggressive here. This Magnus has got a haste, they're chasing down Chaos. Netted up on Catadea yet, that's going to be a Riptide, is that going to be enough to kill him off?
I mean, if he
Skiver.
slams with the illusions, that's gonna be a shit ton of damage, but he decides not to.
Dire's bottom tower
Just
is
getting
under
out there,
attack.
Toby twice might die to the tower here. No, he's tanky enough with that AC.
It's a shame because JT, even though they got a great play there, JT was eaten like a kitten, and you know,
Yep.
his damage ain't great right now. And I mean, it's time for the rapier, boys. I think, if you ask me, the best hero for rapier in Dota is definitely Gyrocopter because he can hold on to it. And I mean, if that's the last thing, if that's the last chance,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think you should. I think you definitely should go for it. And of course, the team would have to play for Protect 1, but
So,
you have to do what you have to do. And
do you reckon it would be caster influencing if I typed into wall chat by Divine Rapier?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. The only thing I'm not sure is that we should do that. And I mean, if you can get the money for a rapier, I don't think you should avoid it. I don't know. It's hard to get that money, especially with the Naga Siren just roaming around all over the map. And
So, Saito
Not
Kaichu's
being
been
sure where
scanned out
she
here. They know he's there, they smoked up and gone through the jungle to try and find him. Jakiro there just scouting up the Roche, it's up again. So that could be where the next major team fight is. But an interesting pickup here on the Naga Siren. She's got a heart.
yeah, that was just what I was about to say. Like that heart. I mean,
Ember
now
Spirit
it's gonna be.
throwing down the remnant into the Roche pit just to get some vision there.
It's gonna be real bad now. I mean, that's a Manta Style and Illusions from Naga Siren with the stats from the heart with a Radiance.
Yep.
Ouch. Ouch.
And I mean, literally all Captain Egg needs to do is exactly what he's done here, which is spawn illusions and send them to attack and move down the lane. And every lane will be pushed almost in constantly. Which means that they can afford to do things like this, which is just go into the Roshan pit whenever they feel like it. Looking for a response here from Happy Men. Katadea on the Earthshaker, standing on the high ground, looking to perhaps blink in because he does have the blink dagger. Gyrocopter there getting forced back into the base by just one Naga illusion. Well, just one group of Naga illusions.
Yeah, I mean, but that's only one Radiance because Radiance doesn't stack, and he almost like he had to go and initiate the BKB, else he would have died.
10-second BKB charge there used. And I think that's just showing just how far ahead this Naga Siren is.
Roshan has fallen
being
to the
brought down.
Radiant.
Meanwhile, Jack split pushing on the bottom.
And now, because Naga Siren
Radiant's
wasn't
top tower
farmed
is under
enough
attack.
and wasn't gonna die yet, they put an Aegis of Immortal in her, and now it's like, why even bother?
I put my Aegis in you.
Radiant
Oh boy.
structures
Just to
are
annoy Jack,
fortified.
to fortify that structure. He's not pushing particularly
Radiant's
fast
top
here.
tower is under attack.
Well, I mean, Ember Spirit, even though that the side of his is pretty good, I mean, he has the damage is reduced for creeps, and he ain't great pulling towers,
Radiant's
but
top tower has fallen.
well, that's a tier 2 for nothing, so it's still really good, right?
Once again here, the item picks, they're moving up onto the high
Dire's
ground.
structures
They throw
are
out the
fortified.
fortification
Dire's
there.
middle tower
But
is
they have
under attack.
just so much damage coming up from this team, even on auto
Radiant's
attacks.
top tower is under attack.
Edgar here getting very, very aggressive. The call down that they throw
Dire's
down, but they've got the
middle
pipe
tower
up.
has
They're just not
fallen.
taking damage from this thing. The Airshaker jumps in with the stun. Oh, that's some very poor
boy.
miscommunication. Edgar there throwing out the Song of the Ravage, completely misses everyone. He shoots over twice. The RP is going to come. The Macropire gets thrown down. They're all
Radiant's
stuck
top
inside the
tower is
Macropire.
under
JT
attack.
there caught up in the net even with his VKR, but he's managing to get a lot of health back. The Aegis pops on the Naga Siren. The Influenza there on the Jiggy, completely stuck. Slight of fist killing him off. Naga Siren now chasing on the Jin, just desperate to get anything before she finally dies. Down.
My gills run
Okay,
dry.
now that's a lot. That's almost a team wipe coming from Happy Men, and they sure as hell are Happy Men now, because that's 1k gold from Naga Siren going directly to Gyrocopter's bank, and that might be the rapier that they need.
And well, he's gone for Manta Style instead, which I'm not so sure about. Radiant Burn does quite a bit of work against illusions. But the item progression coming out from Happy Men is not as effective as it was in the last game. Jack here sitting on a BKB.
But he has the Desolator coming for him in the career, and that might be good. I mean, I'm not happy with the items coming
Radiant's
for
middle
Gyrocopter,
tower
but
is under
I
attack.
don't know. He wants to go for the safe side, and I mean, it's working for them because they're just getting towers. And I mean, Shen
Radiant's
is
middle
rocking
tower
out
has
his
fallen.
level 2 Necromicon. Oh no, level 1, sorry.
Radiant's courier
Jack there
has
managing
been
to hunt
killed.
down the courier, very, very well played. Using static remnants there to jump between the high ground and the low ground as they tried to circle around him, very, very effective. Saito Kaichu here on the Enchantress getting caught out. And let's look at how the gold graph's going. So they were originally sitting at a 15k lead in gold. It's slightly started to dip down. We're probably looking at about 1250. It could potentially start to turn. I mean, if they manage,
I think it's starting, and they're just gonna try to. I think it's just gonna try to turn more and more because Gyrocopter is such a good late game carry, and I don't know if they can handle it. I don't know if Prime can handle this Gyrocopter if he gets some damage. And we're talking about a lot of area damage coming from Ember Spirit too. I mean, that's a Desolator with Battle Fury.
but the real question is, can they handle this Refresher Orb coming out on the Magnus?
Oh boy, I mean, I don't know, cause I hope the team fights go well for them because the last few team fights haven't gone too well. I mean, a lot of mistakes coming from both sides.
That
but
wonderful initiation we saw to begin with. Katadea here, silenced up on the high ground. The Blink Dagger Wars begins, and that's almost certainly a kill. The Orchid damage there, finishing him off.
I mean, and then again, YOLO Gaming hashtag trolls.
This could be a dead gyro. Song initiation. He's seen him, he just threw it out, he knew that it was all it was going to take to catch him, he was going to get away. But they've got the net to hold him in place, he throws out the Manta Star, they're simply not going to throw out the RP, they're desperate to get this kill, and the Macro Fire 2 are down. And that's an immediate buyback from the Gyro. I'm not really sure about that.
Why would you buy back when you don't need it? You could have just waited one more sack right there, and I mean,
that's less farming time, that's gold down. And
yeah.
From what I can see, Prime there just used all of their team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Gyrocopter, just please save the money, JT. Please buy that rapier. I want to see that rapier, man.
I mean, if I was Happy Men, that would incite me to try and push more that buyback, because you can really punish Prime now. I mean, Happy Men now. Throwing out the call down there just to clear up these illusions. I mean, they're not even dead yet.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's a terrible fight when Magnus bringing back the Windrunner, pulling onto the low ground.
Bottom barracks are
The bottom barracks being pushed at the same time by the Naga Siren. JT throwing the BKB when he gets netted up. Edgar just retreating out.
Are fortified.
And then again, I mean, Jakiro made a great item decision by grabbing the Pite of Insight, because it's giving them so much. That's so much damage reduction because of all this magic damage that's coming from
very aggressive.
HAPPYMEN.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what do they have for sort of stopping the push? They have the call down, and they have Ember Spirit's burn, and they have perhaps the power shot.
And the Fisher,
now trying to catch up to the casual racism. He throws out the Sleight of Fist. It's not going to do enough damage against that Tidehunter. He's simply too tanky. Two heroes that are just very difficult to kill at this point.
He failed the shearing, the searing chains, unfortunately. He almost got it though. He was trying to do that combo with the Sleight of Fist and the searing chains, and he failed it.
Something that we missed while that team fight was going on.
Was Jack doing some work?
Yeah, Jack was doing some work pushing that lane there. Quite effective. They didn't lose a barracks, so technically I guess they're still ahead.
Jack just playing Furion. I don't know. He's clearly just trying to play some Furion here and
when
just
you go
trying to
second item boots to travel, why not? He's picked up the Demon Edge here. He's probably going for something like an MKB.
If you ask me, I think this could work really well. I mean,
potentially
unless Prime gets like a very good team fight, Shen is just gonna have that Necromicon 3, and if they can get to the tower, it's gonna melt.
And the war begins again.
Oh, please don't blink into the high ground. Please.
No, he's just gonna use his Quelling Blade from the low ground.
See, that's a little bit more smart, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Going in, blinking into the high ground and just YOLO gaming, no, that's not the best idea.
Prime are very aware of this. They've coordinated a response here, but it looks like HAPPYMEN are ready for them.
I mean, Prime are just trying to camp Roche and making sure they can get the next Roche and just push and try to win, because I don't think they can wait much more. I think that if they just keep doing this and trying to team fight, Jack is just gonna take another rack and.
Yep. And looking at his height progression now, he's getting considerably fatter, and he's also catching up with the Naga Siren in last hits, who seems to have laid off farming and is just constantly going for team fight now. However, they're pushing up onto the high ground here. The shackle they're thrown out on the Jakiro. Air Spirit jumping in with the Epicam doing so much damage. Ember Spirit's TP'd in, he throws out the Sleight of Fist, and the Mecha Corpse Wonder is just not in time when he gets brought down after the Ravage. And that's 2 down for Prime, and the Song there just to get out. But this Ember Spirit's still alive. He's got the BKB up. And Toby tries about to go down there, perhaps. He throws out the pressure of the Ember Spirits chasing him down, throws out the Blink Dagger, and then dies, blinking back into the enemy heroes. And that's a team wipe and a buyback from the Naga Siren.
And that's team wipe with style, might I add. Jack just had a slow motion time with
Set me against the enemy once more.
Just that last hit in slow motion, so good. I don't know. I think this is the end. I think HAPPYMEN got the game now, because this is a Chen And no, sorry, the Chen is not here. Okay, so maybe
He's
not.
just microing creeps while he's dead. That's cheating.
X, I call hacks. But still, that's a lot of damage going towards the tower. And
However, JT here might be getting a little bit over aggressive. He throws out the BKB, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He gets brought down. That
yeah,
was
that's a part of snare. I mean, they got the game. They could have like at least retreated and farmed more. That's still the team wipe and 2 buybacks. And
Jack here sitting on 5k. I mean,
well,
at
5k.
At this point, you go rapier. He's got half of it. He's got the money. He's going to the secret shop. He's thinking about it.
No, it's a Daedalus. Come on, Jack. I want to see them balls.
I could also see an MKB here because unless if they've been very vigilant, they'd have noticed that the Naga Sirens picked up an Eagle song.
That's true, but I don't think he went for Chrysalis and Recipher Daedalus, so it's definitely a Daedalus.
Well,
Yes,
he's almost got enough money for his next Demon Edge, so
Yeah, I think he should probably go for an MKB, and then he could just ruin Naga Siren's life.
sell that
But
damn
that's-
Quelling
that's-
Blade and buy.
What? No, Quelling Blade too important, man. Come on. Quelling Blade is just doing work, man. Doing damage to
being out
creeps.
here in the front of his base there, in front of the entire Radiant team, and that's an odd time to pop his shield guard.
Well, while they're doing that and trying to get
So they're
the
desperately trying to
second
slow his siege here.
but
Radiant's
Jack is
bottom
just doing work,
tower is under
and he just
attack.
wants to trade.
Dire's
they're
middle
very
barracks
happy to
has
do
fallen.
that. Nagasine here trying to cut off the creep wave, but the illusions aren't quite strong enough. That tier 3 taking a lot of damage bottom. The mid-racks do go down, so this might cause a problem. But Captain Edke here is about to get caught out. Of course, there goes the song.
Jack, what about the BKB? I mean, Jack did a great work. He split pushed, came back. He had Naga Siren on his hand. He saw the animation.
Yeah.
Earthshaker stopped the animation for the Naga Siren's ultimate. He had time to just started the BKB. If he started the BKB there, it's an 8 seconds BKB. He would be enough to stun Naga Siren. She wouldn't TP. It would be a kill. It would be probably a game.
Them slow motions.
That's true. I mean, I think I'm just throwing that would be a game around just a bit too much, but I think like this is up for some. It's gonna be one decision. One small decision can make this game, and I mean, there are being a lot of mistakes from both teams and a lot of good plays from both teams too. So it's an interesting game.
And there's some nice 1000 damage crits there coming out from Jack with that Daedalus.
Oh boy, I mean that's
flames
crits
rush
with Battle
forward.
Fury, with a bit of Desolate just to keep that cherry on the top.
And especially with I think the combination between Sleight of Fist and Gyro is quite impressive as well. I mean, he does Sleight
lot
of
of
Fist,
damage.
throws down the Desolator on every single hero in the team fight, and then Gyro just comes in with his, what's it called? I don't play Gyro very much. Flat Cannon.
The flat cannon?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only problem here was the fact that they sent Jack into the safe lane instead of the middle. I think it would have been so much better if he went to the middle. I think Ember Spirit's pretty good against Magnus, and I don't know.
The
Could have
consensus
worked.
seems to be coming around at the moment that Ember Spirit is sort of he does fit into that mid role slightly better, that mid ganking role where he gets his early levels and then can use that to start getting kills in other lanes. He's not perhaps the most late game of farmers.
That's true, but this is probably an MKB coming from Gyrocopter, and if he gets that big MKB, it's a core item on Gyrocopter, and it's gonna work wonders against that Naga Siren. And I mean, they're getting items and more items and more items. This is like Chinese Dota, man. Everyone is like 6 slotted except for that damn Quelling Blade on Jack. Come on.
Just sell it, man. Well, to be fair, that Quelling Blade is helping them win the counter the ward war.
That's true. I mean, yeah. Wards, man.
Vision.
Quelling Blades.
Everybody
It's
buys wards at the beginning of the game when you don't really need them. It's late game when you need the vision.
That's true, man. I mean, look, everyone is almost like top level. There's a lot of 18, 20s levels here and there, and we can see enchanters rocking out like shit tons of damage with that Aghanim Setter and that Orchid. We can see Naga Siren with that butterfly coming in, and it's there. Yeah, that's a butterfly. Art, radiance, and meta style. I don't know. I mean, that's a refresher on Toby. This is gonna be such a weird game. There's such a great team fight potential against.
Prime just need to find the coordination that they were showing at the beginning of the game. The first early couple of team fights, they were just destroying Happy Men by having very, very good coordination, and they seem to have lost that in this last few.
Yeah, I mean, HAPPYMEN has been doing like great work too. They've been trying to separate from each other, keep keep enough distance so the team fight wouldn't work as well. I mean, with Naga, Siren Song, and I mean the Ravage can be so deadly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know. It's up to who's the first team to make the mistake.
Naga Siren here just sending the illusions to constantly push these lanes in, because I mean, with the team fight that they've got, it requires the full attention of Happy Men, and that distraction can lead to some lost buildings. Jack here just continuing to split push.
Here's what Jack's gonna do. Jack is gonna keep pushing. If they don't teleport back, he's gonna trade. If they teleport back, he's gonna go back to base and kill someone.
The question is though, he doesn't have room to travel for another 30 seconds. Well, the Airshaker bunts him with a wonderful ult, doing absolutely trillions of damage. But Jack gets sent back by the chest, and Naga Siren being brought down by the Ember Spirit burn there during the team fight. She throws out the top, and it's just taking so much damage. That was wonderful play from that team there.
I mean, Jack has the thing, like he can be Furion, like he has the phase boots, the boots of travel, and he has the fire remnant, so he can come back as like whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And I mean that BKB at the last second that helped the burning damage just kill Naga Siren. And
yep.
I mean, I don't know what Prime wants to do here. I mean, this might be the second game.
And this is the main issue with pushing Naga Siren, is she works best in a team with a secondary carry, because she's not a damage outputter. That Radiance Burn is starting to lose its effectiveness now that everybody's maxed out their levels and items, and it's really starting to turn on them now because they just don't have the late game that Happy Men do.
Here's the thing that's gonna change everything.
A smoke gank.
No, not really. I'm talking about Roche here. I mean, we're talking about no vision on Roche, and HAPPYMEN are just they'll be willing to take it.
Yeah.
They wanted that Aegis and Cheese on their lives.
So, and that JT's obviously saving for buyback, but that's the play. Oh, casual racism there, blinking in with a Ravage. He's seen that everybody's had the BKB thrown out, taking a lot of damage from that flat cannon. Chen bursted down by the impetus. He shows up the Shiva's Scar, Gyrocopters down, Airshaker almost down, throws up the Echo Slam, just a lot of damage, but it's not enough. Jack there sat inside the Magnifier taking so much damage. BZ Chaos blocking inside the rush pit. Gets netted up, and that's a free rush.
I mean, that's kind of a free rush. I mean, Earthshaker, that fissure was not
ideal.
The best thing for their team. I mean, he's got Gyrocopter stuck there, and Gyrocopter not being able to send the flat cannon. I mean, that's all the damage that's not being used, and
all of that flat cannon damage going straight onto the Tide Hunter.
has fallen to the Radiant.
It's true. I mean, and Naga Siren just comes in with that fucking butterfly, and I don't know, that Naga Siren is so fat. And we're talking about that decision in Number Spirit for not going for the MKB. I mean, he has it now, but still, that early BKB would have been so good.
And Prime here just continuing to be very difficult to kill. I mean, this Enchantress, max level, untouchable, and now she has cheese.
Ouch.
Yeah,
I mean, ouch.
That's painful.
I mean, it's a 60-minute game. That's a 1 hour game. The only thing that I'm really ashamed is not seeing any Midas Gaming. Because I sure love me some Midas Gaming. And Jakiro is going to go for the Necromicon. I don't know, it's going to be up to whose team is going to be able to handle the team fights, and if Necromicons reach the base, it's gonna melt. I mean, Necromicas are so good, even though the last nerf they give a bigger bounty, but still. Do you really want to touch the creeps?
And just the evidence of how much damage that team fight there is clear. The experience graph was sitting at about 10,000 in favour of Prime. Happyface managed to bring it back, almost back down to 7,000, but now it's straight back up to 15 in favour of Prime after that fight, and that is a large deficit.
That is indeed, and it might be their doom, or can they bring it back again? I mean, it's not the first time that they bring it back. Are they gonna be able to do it again? Because Jack is just knocking on that door. It's knocking on bottom tower,
Radiant's
and
bottom
bam,
tower
it's
is under
dead.
attack.
Goes down.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And
fallen.
Prime here content to just try and trade here for these barracks.
Radiant's bottom
I think Jack
barracks
shouldn't
are
take it
Radiant's
back. I
bottom
think Jack should
barracks.
just keep pushing
Dire's
and
top
go for the tier
barracks
4
has
because
fallen.
he has a lot of
They're
damage.
not going to
Radiant's
save
bottom
these racks,
barracks
and
has
at this
fallen.
point he can probably push faster than they can. He's going
That's
straight for the tier 3s here. Look at the damage that he's putting out on that tower. And they're going for the base race, this Naga, so the Naga is pushing on the Echo Stamp thrown out there, but Ravage to counter that, the hand got thrown out, but it's just simply not off. The silence thrown out the side, but it's too late. And Chen caught in there by the Ice Trap.
Jack,
Throwing out the stun. Jack,
don't
remember.
do it, Jack. Don't do it, Jack.
Oh, the cheese
That's a-
used on the Enchantress. You didn't realise that she had it and she's down. There's a few low heroes on the side of Prime. I don't think it's going to be enough. Jack brought down. Oh, he is already.
Jack,
Dire's
I'm
middle
sad with you,
tower
Jack.
is under
Your
attack.
team bought you time,
Dire's
and
middle
Jack
tower
didn't
has
want to
fallen.
take the opportunity to just go straight for the tier
Wow,
4s.
he just popped there on Naga Siren. I think she had like half health. Those crits, man. And I
Yes.
think they may have bought time. Captain Edgar is just going to TP out. The tier 4s are taking damage, but there's
Still,
potential for another base race.
that's another base race. I hope so. Base races are so fun and hard to transmit, but still, I mean, Jack could have at least pushed more of the tier 4s. He went for the tier 3 on mid, and I mean, keeping in mind the lane was pushed, it was hard. So
It's hard to do that when I imagine that your team is desperately shouting for you to come back and help them.
look, you need to learn something about not having any consideration for your team. It's something that I learned in Dota.
Yeah.
You just have to try not to give a crap about them.
Look at the damage being done to Jackie by the Radiance. He might even go down to it. That's just from the illusions and the Riptide there. That minus armor, man.
Naga Siren, man, it's totally legit, and you're bringing the meta back. You're bringing that pusher Naga back, Ben.
Yeah.
It's all because of you.
It's nothing to do with Miracle. It's all about me.
That's true, man. Oh well, that's a 60-minute game, man. That's a lot of gold, and
We had to make
a lot
up
of
for it for that
turnarounds.
first game.
Yeah, that's true. The first game was so one-sided. Oh well. And that's a hood on Tidhunter. I think he's not happy enough. I was like, no, you know what? That pipe is not enough for me. I want my own magic resistance, and I'm gonna get it.
Wow.
Yeah, stop me.
That's a rebuy of a BKB on Ember Spirit.
As he should. I mean, look, the BKB is working wonders on him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was wrong earlier when I said the Tidehunter ultimate would go through BKB, but it doesn't.
Jackie
so
might be caught out. He throws out the flame damage. Oh, lovely. He just straight away uses the remnant to get back to base, and this is proven to be very effective.
it's true. Split pushing Jack, not Jack. Sorry, split pushing Gamer Spirit, and it's working. It's working. But that's the thing. Enchantress is getting fatter.
Count Jigglesworth here sitting with Necronomicon level 3. Captain Egg are getting very, very aggressive. She's being pinged out. They're not quite sure which one's real.
I mean, the thing is, she can just do that, and it works because that's a lot of damage.
She's sitting on 7th. Oh, she's just bought something. What was it? I didn't see.
Okay, I just know that Enchantress as a side of item that can change everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Side of item.
If they get the sheep off on Ember Spirit, it might be over. This top rack is about to go down to
Radiant's top
creeps.
barracks are under attack. Radiant's top
Well,
barracks
I mean,
has fallen.
What you do?
JT
What you
there.
do?
push in there, and what they're going to do is they're going to try and get bot racks of their own.
You know what I think they should do?
Dire's bottom barracks are under
I
attack.
think
Well, Echo Slam there, thrown out by the Earthshaker, they're counter Ravage, RP thrown out. Magnuso's just going to go down to the damage. Jack though got his BKB up, a slight fist going out so that he disappears, but I think he's going to go down here. The Impetus just doing too much PO damage, Crazy Chaos, that Chen needs to die. He's getting taken down by the Impetus, that's so much sense. Jack buys that Impetus though, I think it's going to be enough to kill it. Throws out the Nature's
Middle
Attendant,
tower is under
the TP's
attack.
coming in, and the base race is going on. GT's just pushing into the Radiant base, and Nagasar
Radiant's
buys
middle
back.
tower
She has
has
to.
fallen.
yeah, that's a buyback both from Jack and from Captain Edgar.
Dire's
And-
Look at
bottom
this,
barracks are
Wind
under
Ranger.
attack.
She's out in the
Yeah.
base too. She's just taking the tier 4s down. I don't
That's
think
the
they can
thing,
win
Dire's
this base race.
structures are fortified.
I don't think they're either. That's
They're trying to
there's a
take
glyph. There's a glyph on the Dire, and I mean, yes, Gyrocopter
Tier 4 is
with the
about to
Manta
fall.
style.
Dire's middle
Saito
tower
Kaiju there,
has
coming back
fallen.
just to try and do some damage.
Dire's
Just throw the
ancient
BKBs
is
and
under
desperately try and
attack.
hit the base race.
Radiant
That's a
structures
glyph.
are
That's a
fortified.
glyph. Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough? And it's gonna be
Radiant
enough.
victory.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that's. I mean, wow. Props.
Props, man.
That's a great base racing, and they hold up that glyph for the last second, and it worked.
Wow. I'm speechless.
I am too. I mean, great gaming on this last plays and the
Wow.
awesome buybacks from Ember Spirit and just Nagasiren going against each other, and I mean that's pretty impressive. And I mean I guess Nagasiren split push works better.
I guess. I
I mean
guess.
that's a Wind Ranger and a Gyrocopter with Manta style, but Nagasiren just comes in,
Yeah,
does suddenly it's 4 Nagasirens, suddenly it's more. Just the Manta style comes in and it's more 2 Nagasirens, and that's a lot of
with
damage.
the butterfly and the manta style, just they hit hard. With the heart, they take so much damage to kill. And with the radiance, they just clear creeps at lightning speed. It just really facilitates the push. I mean, Ember Spirit there, looking at the last hit chat, managed to keep up with Nagasai and almost to the very end there.
Yeah, and there you go. I mean,
that was an incredible game.
that was an incredible game indeed, and I sure love to cast it, man. And that's another 1-to-1 second week that we're doing
Yeah.
this, and it's both 1-to-1 games. I think it's great this way. I mean, teams are very balanced, and they're all doing great work and trying to work with each other and finding their own style.
Yeah, and just finding their feet.
That's true.
They're just managing to find these team synergies. Saw some wonderful coordinated play coming out from the teams there. The standing on HAPPYMEN, still managing to do some work.
Yeah, even though he didn't have the funniest game of his life. I probably think he might have cried once or twice. But in the end,
Yeah,
man, in
yeah.
the end
Chen
it
doesn't
worked.
get to level up untouchable and not die in team fights later on.
Yeah, that's a thing, right? Enchantress, man. Just like Navi said, Enchantress is just way too much overpowered.
Yeah.
She needs a nerf. Come on,
Enchantress
come on,
OP.
Ice Frog.
So it's been really, really fun to cast for you guys. This has been Dotabattles week 3. Prime and HAPPYMEN here, tying out the best of 2 at 1-1. Meaning that Prime then going on to a 2-4 standing, and HAPPYMEN going on to a 4-2. Should be interesting to see how these two teams progress. I'd love to see them play against each other again.
That's true. It will be awesome. And I sure as hell hope to have the opportunity to cast them. So
Yeah, definitely. So all the information for the tournaments are available on dotabattles.com.
and we see you next week.
Yeah, I've been Digital Unicorn.
And I've been Designer Head.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And see you next time.